Right, today we're off to get the Vespa washed. Unlike the UK, there's not a washing place just around the corner, around every corner. We do have to travel a little bit. And so let's make a move. Okay, for those of you that don't know, I've got a Vespa GTS 300. It's the 75th anniversary. And I'm in Bangkok. Driving in Thailand, or I should say riding in Thailand, is nothing like riding anywhere else in the world. Thai drivers certainly are crazy. They have a lack of respect for everybody, and there is a hierarchy. Car drivers Right, you might hear I've got my navigation on as well. I need to count down and just to make sure that I get the right turning. So car drivers have a hierarchy. Basically, in a nutshell, car drivers think they are better than anything on two wheels. You then have the hierarchy that the more expensive the car, the greater the right they have to the road and indeed parking spaces. It's quiet for so far. Oh, I said that. That's famous last words, of course, isn't it? So here we go. Look, see the car now? Look, it will just pull across regardless. They just ignore bikes. They'll ignore everybody. So yeah, they don't have any respect at all for certainly for motorcyclists, but almost each other as well. And it's, yeah, take your life in your hands, to be fair. Now, I've been living here since 2011, so quite some time. I have been rear-ended by a bike, believe it or not. I was riding my wife's very small Honda. I just sold my Forza at the time, and so I borrowed a Honda to just pop out. Road was completely clear. It was 8-9 o'clock at night, and one minute I'm on the bike and the next minute I'm being propelled through the air. And to be fair, it was a couple of weeks after we had a terrorist bomb go off at the shrine, and I thought the bomb had gone off. I thought my days were over. Don't remember hitting the ground. Next thing I do remember is I woke up in the middle of a road, tried to get up, and my body just gave way underneath me, and I was seriously hurt. As it happened, the girl on the back of the bike spoke English, so somehow I got a broken right hand. But it's amazing what adrenaline does, because somehow I managed to get my phone out of my pocket and dial my wife, and she spoke to my wife and said, "Look, you need to get to hospital. I know where you're going. I'll meet you there." And I spent a number of days in hospital being fixed up, and it took over a year to try and get most things fixed up. I do have life-changing injuries. I've got a messed up left knee, but you live with it. Right, so what you can see above you here, this is the MRT. Now normally that's underground, but it's a little bit like in London, the underground ends up going overground, and this one ends up going through the air. So that's the MRT. We have excellent transport links in Bangkok between the MRT and the BTS. That's the Sky Train. It runs through more as the centre of Bangkok. So if I'm going into the centre, normally I would certainly get on the train, because it is much easier. There you go. Jump in the red lights. That's nothing unusual. If you decide to come to Thailand on holiday, I would urge you not to hire a motorbike of any description. Riding here is completely different to riding in your country. Rules seem to have no values at all. They will jump the lights. Another thing they'll do, which is quite always makes you laugh, but let's say I'm going down a road and somebody's coming out of a left turn or even a right turn. They will not look whether something is coming. Okay, they will not look, they will just pull out. Now, they have this theory, very much like the ostrich with the head in the sand. their idea is that if they don't look, they can't see you. If they can't see you, you're not there. Now, if that makes any sense to you, but we get a lot of accidents here, predominantly through drivers and motorbikes who have that principle. So they don't look at all. They will come to a junction, they won't look left or right, they'll just look where they want to go and turn into the road. So if they haven't looked, they haven't seen you. If they haven't seen you, you don't exist, you're not there. The other recommendation I make is do not have a fight or an argument with a Thai person. They will stick together even if they don't know each other. You will be in the wrong. Inevitably the police will end up getting called after there's probably been a bit of a punch up. Here we go, and then it will cost you money to pay off the guy you had a punch up with and money to pay off the police. Oh, that breeze is nice. So much fun, and not being very much traffic. Welcome to Bangkok. Doesn't matter what time of the day it is, the roads are like this all of the time.
After 300 meters,
Okay, now providing they stay apart, we can lane split straight down the middle. That said, some will just pull near together, I think just to be awkward, to be honest with you. Certainly not as bright today as we normally have here.
3 kilometers.
Always expect Thai people to do what you don't expect them to do. I guarantee they will always do the unexpected. They'll come along the wrong side of the road towards you, and then it's still your fault. Okay, so they'll ride into the traffic, which is illegal, but never see them get stopped for doing it. They'll also ride on the pavement, so even if you're walking on a pavement, be careful. Don't get into a fight with them, but they will ride on the wrong side of the road straight at you. Another thing that you might see, or you will definitely see, is let's say there's a 4-lane road and it's 2 lanes one way, 2 lanes the other way. If in rush hour traffic they might make the third lane, or the outside lane of the oncoming traffic, they may make that priority to you by putting cones out. So there's 3 lanes going one way and 1 lane coming the other way. Now, what I've also seen many times is that the Thais will also spread out into the 4th lane. So there's 4 lanes going in one direction. If a car comes down that lane to go in the opposite direction, they will just block that car out, and it's that car's fault for being there. There's some weird and wonderful ways in Thailand. I think probably Bangkok's the worst for these issues, but certainly that will happen all over Thailand. As you can see here, look, it's completely chock-a-block. Even on a bike, it's difficult. The camera on the helmet is set at 140 degrees, so it might look like there's a bigger space than there really is. And also these mirrors on this lorry do not help. My head is right where that mirror is. I've got to kind of duck around it to get through. Okay, so far so good. A car in Bangkok is virtually useless. It just takes you so long to get anywhere. even by taxi, so your taxi meter fare is going up all the time. If you do come to Bangkok, I strongly recommend that you use the MRT and the BTS. It's by far the quickest way, and it's not overly expensive, to be honest. The equivalent of £1 takes you an awful long way on the MRT. The BTS is a bit more expensive, but on the MRT, the one that goes underground, sooner or later, it is relatively inexpensive. In fact, everything about Thailand is inexpensive. If you are retiring and living on a very tight budget, you can live a lot better here. You can rent a one-bedroom condo, gosh, from about £150 to £175 a month. There's no council tax, there's no gas, the electricity is cheap, very, very cheap, and so is water. So you can live exceptionally well here on just an old age pension. Condos wouldn't be big, 28 square meters, 30 square meters, but with the best one in the world, if you're retiring, what do you want? Condos all have lifts, or generally the new ones will have lifts. If you go for an old one, you get it much cheaper anyway, probably down to 3,000 baht a month, which is about £75 a month. Be a low rise, maybe 4 or 5 stories, no lift. But if you went for a modern one, like the building you can see in front, high rise, then they'll all have lifts. So it's like living in a bungalow. You've got no stairs to worry about. Free swimming pools, a free gym if that's what you're into. Or where I live, I've got 2 free swimming pools, 2 free gyms, security, a lot of security in fact. So there's security to get your vehicle into the complex, then you've got security doors that you have a card to zap on the security door, then you have a card to zap onto the lift to get to your floor, and then your doors are double locked. So there's an awful lot of security. All the common ways are cleaned at least once a day, sometimes twice a day. Right, so we've cleared the traffic a little bit. I don't think that's going to last for long, and now what I don't want to do is you've got to get across again, because in a moment there is a bridge that goes under the road and it brings me out just at the wrong, actually no it does not on this occasion. If I was going to Vespa, it would bring me out on the wrong place, so we will stick with the bridge today. But if the Vespa dealer, I come out and I can't get to it, I've got to go right around in a circle to come back. But today we'll stick with the tunnel, not the bridge. You can see the bridge going across. The phone you can see is held on by quad lock, fantastic system. Not the cheapest. I've just put a 2-inch, I don't know what you call it, really, like a combination bracket on as well. So it's certainly not a cheap system, but it really is an excellent system. I swear by it. So as you can see, I'm on a SuperTech. Great bike. You're wondering why 300cc's in Thailand or in Bangkok? Because often that extra speed can get you out of trouble. It's not a question of going fast, it's a question of sometimes you've got that extra little bit of speed just to get you out of trouble if somebody's doing something really stupid. So now, coming up onto the left in a moment, we've got a BMW dealer which is linked to the Vespa dealer, which is quite nice. I bought my Vespa from there, a Morn Ratchadar Vespa here, coming up now. A Morn Prestige it says there. The beauty there is that you get all the BMW perks. So I take the bike in for a service, there's a free coffee machine, so endless cappuccino lattes, they have snacks, they have hot buns, they have a water machine and noodles, so it's really good, so it's a bit like having say all the perks of BMW with a Vespa. Very nice people, very friendly, and incredibly helpful, to be honest with you. Okay, it's a little bit windy today. The weather is not normal Bangkok weather. It's not normal Thailand weather here today. Although, to be fair, that it's a little bit cooler, 38 degrees. Yeah, it's 38 degrees and I'm saying it's a little bit cooler. It certainly feels cooler. We're going to turn off in just a moment, not yet. Go down to see Chris. There we go. Right, so we're going down to see Chris at Wash 45. Nothing inventive about the name. They wash bikes and cars. In fact, they did ceramic coating on my bike as well. And they're on Soy 45, so not a very inventive name, of course, Wash 45, but it does what it says on the tin. It's a wash and it's on Soy 45. You wash these bikes here, they will pull out, there we go, they won't care. What's going on here? Just don't get in a fight with them, stay clear, let them do their own thing. The strange thing is in Thailand that right turners have right of way. Okay, so if somebody turns right across you, don't get too upset, they have the right of way. Okay, that's just the way it is, that's their rules, and you live in this country and you live by the laws of the country. You make your choice. So I'm using a Bell Bullet carbon fibre helmet. It's quite fun actually. I paid 24,000 baht, which is in the region here of about £550. My Thai friends thought I was absolutely mad, because they were saying to me, you can buy a second-hand bike here for that price, and yes you can. I don't know how good it would be, but certainly you can buy a second-hand bike here quite cheaply. Thais do have a habit of not servicing their vehicles. That's their belief. They basically buy them and run them until they die, then they get them repaired. They don't generally service a vehicle religiously, no matter what it is. They don't see that as value for money or as value in looking after the vehicle. Right, so this is where you need a little bit of bravery or stupidity, I'm not sure, because you never know what they're going to do when it's tight. Pickup trucks. Drivers of pickup trucks are some of the worst in Thailand. Okay, pickup trucks, tuk-tuk riders, motorbike taxi riders, they have a terrible bad reputation. You will see police roadblocks every now and again, and they will have a day, if you want, of picking on one type of vehicle, whether that be a motorbike for no crash helmet, talk of the devil, there we go, or it might be pickup truck drivers with no tax or no insurance. So the police will have roadblocks, and they will be stopping just one type of vehicle. Not sure if you can see in the distance where the red light's flashing, but there is a countdown, currently 50 seconds, and that's always helpful. It sort of, well, I don't know, it alleviates the thing about, you know, how long I'm going to wait here for. That said, I have seen them go down to 0 and then they've started counting down again. You've just got to be very careful in Thailand riding a bike, because it isn't the safest place under the sun. Why am I doing it? Well, it's a cheap form of transport. You might say I'm mad for buying a Vespa in Thailand, and many people think I am. Thais have no respect. They will park their bikes up against yours. If it got a scratch in it and you complain to them, their attitude as well, it's just a scratch, so what? Okay, you can see here, okay, there we go, look, the pickup truck was going to go and do his right turn things, the white van wasn't having any of it. Now, strictly speaking, the pickup truck was in the right under the Thai laws. I've got an old Mercedes sat right on me here. red plates on a car here mean it's new. That said, tyres are snobbish like everybody else, and that car might not be new. It was new at one stage. If you see a red plate, that one probably is new, but if you see a red plate that's fading, it's because the owner has decided they want to boast about their new car and not take it off, basically. Now I'm trying to find this place. It's never the easiest place to find. I invariably end up going past it. Okay, let's go around. The reason it's not the easiest place to find is that I'm using the Vespa app for navigation, and the Vespa app basically isn't the best. I'm only using it because it connects to the SuperTech. Okay? Right, fill it up, then cover it up until the next time. Right, I'll see you again, Chris. Bye bye now. Yeah. Cheers, thanks Chris, bye now.